During the raging Korean War, a Chinese volunteer soldier achieved a military miracle by single-handedly stopping an entire U.S. division. Even Chairman Mao Zedong requested a personal meeting with this hero. He was Tan Bing-yun, and his heroic deeds are still showcased through photographs at the Korean War Memorial. How did this legendary figure accomplish this feat? Back in 1948, during the Huaihai campaign, when Huang Wei's corps was surrounded and annihilated by the People's Liberation Army, Tan Bing-yun seized the opportunity to join the Communist Party and officially became a PLA soldier. In 1950, the Korean War broke out. Determined to defend his country, this battle-hardened veteran crossed the Yalu River without hesitation. By this time, Tan Bing-yun had been promoted to squad leader. He was approachable, caring, and always led the charge. The volunteer army entered Korea during the depths of winter, with temperatures plummeting to over 40 degrees Celsius below zero. Due to the hasty deployment, the troops lacked winter gear, and many soldiers wore thin uniforms. In these extreme conditions, many soldiers fell ill from the cold. Some wounded soldiers, fearing they would slow the march, asked to be left behind. But Tan Bing-yun, steadfast in his resolve, steadfastly led his entire squad to the front lines, carrying them, either by the arm or on his back. This feat earned him the third-class merit. On the Korean battlefield, Tan Bing-yun fought shoulder to shoulder with countless other Chinese volunteers, using crude weapons and equipment to confront the elite, well-armed American forces. By the time the fifth battle began in 1951, the U.S. military was already losing ground. Our army, seizing the opportunity, pursued the enemy southward. However, the extended front gave the U.S. military an opportunity to counterattack. To reverse the defeat, the U.S. military deployed a large number of new weapons, including formidable armored units. At the time, New China was in a state of disrepair and had no means of forming an armored force. But the battle-hardened volunteers remained undaunted, drawing on their extensive experience gained during the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression and the War of Liberation. They employed flexible tactics to confront the formidable enemy. Against this backdrop, Tan Bing-yun achieved an incredible feat single-handedly destroying 3 U.S. tanks. How did this soldier, hailed as the strongest individual soldier, accomplish this? What tactics did he employ to counter the overwhelming force? The U.S. military operation involved not only armored units, but also other heavy weaponry. Since the troops could only rely on foot marches, a suicide squad was necessary to hold off the enemy and buy precious time for the main force's retreat. This arduous task ultimately fell to the renowned 27th Army, known for its valor and combat prowess. Tan Bing-yun, then the squad leader of the Army's Spearhead Squad, was tasked with leading his troops to seize Hill 39, build defensive fortifications, and conduct a blocking operation. This daring plan immediately met with strong opposition from the entire squad. Destroying the tanks with grenades required risking extremely close range. With a slim chance of survival, the soldiers, viewing Tan Bing-yun as a pillar of support, were unwilling to let him take the risk and volunteered to carry out this suicidal mission in his stead. But Tan Bing-yun remained resolute, knowing full well that as a commander, he must lead the charge, even at the cost of his life. Ultimately, he and his soldier, Zhang Beiyu, hid in a pre-dug trench, armed with only 20 grenades and a submachine gun, ready to ambush the incoming enemy. Referred to as a battlefield legend, Tan Bing-yun successfully held off the U.S. armored force for 8 hours with just 3 grenades. When enemy fire was drawn away, he seized the opportunity to drop another bomb, this time precisely hitting a vital part of the tank, one of which detonated its ammunition compartment. With a deafening roar, both tanks instantly disintegrated into flames. Enraged, the U.S. military turned all its guns on their hiding place. Although Tan Bing-yun suffered severe facial wounds from shrapnel, Zhang Beiyu's injuries were even more critical. In the nick of time, Tan Bing-yun, armed with a submachine gun, charged into the enemy lines alone, leveraging the terrain to his advantage and killing over a dozen U.S. soldiers escaping from the tanks. Achieving an incredible feat after being caught off guard by a grenade attack, the U.S. military mistakenly believed that a large number of volunteer troops were hiding in the brush. The commander immediately halted their advance and awaited air support. This decision gave Tan Bing-yun and Zhang Beiyu a respite, but the latter's condition worsened. At dawn the next day, U.S. warplanes roared in and launched a relentless bombardment of Hill 39. Despite the defenders' staunch resistance, the overwhelming firepower resulted in the deaths of most soldiers. just as the enemy thought they had wiped out all resistance. Tan Bingyun, hidden in a trench, seized the opportunity and, with his last grenade, successfully destroyed the third tank. After delivering this fatal blow, he with incredible fortitude dragged at his wounded body from the battlefield. This thrilling blocking battle that bought the main force 8 hours of strategic time for a strategic shift, creating a miracle in the annals of war.